What is up, everybody? It is your boy Farai. Thank you once again for tuning in to another video. Shout out to everyone in the notification gang. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to like if you enjoyed the video. So yeah, today's video is going to really cover how to do a Lil Tecca style vocal effect. Now, you know, with my style of vocal effects, my style of mixing and teaching on YouTube, I really like to give you the idea that you should definitely make all these styles your own. You know, that way you can, you know, create your own unique sound. I think art definitely always takes inspiration from. So, you know, listen to music, enjoy music, and then go and create your own thing. So you'll definitely hear that in the verse that I've done. We are on a Ransom remix in today's video, so you know, it's a good song. I quite enjoy it. I won't even lie, I hopped on the Lil Tecca wave a bit late, but it does sound cool. So with that being said, man, let's break down some of the technicalities. We'll jump on the computer in a few. But for now, I want to talk about the microphone as well as the microphone preamplifier that I used and how we can emulate that if you do not have the gear I have. So it is very important to me to have good gear, but if you do not have the gear, obviously make do with what's in the computer. I mean, the computer is just an endless, you know, possibility wave, but you know, we'll get into that. So, you know, the microphone that I used in this video is the Blue Spark, right? So the cool thing, as I always say about this microphone, is it has a little button here on the back, which allows you to pretty much jump between two different styles of frequency response. Now, what does that mean? It means that one is more flat and balanced to give you a more natural sound, and then I think when you click it inwards, you get more of a kind of vintage vocal mic sound, from what I understand. A bit more of a brighter sound, a bit more kind of upfront, and that definitely works for you know, hip-hop vocals. So this is a cool microphone, as I said, to get on Amazon. This is the MK1, so there is the MK2, which I've never heard, so I can't vouch for it, but damn good mic. And we'll make sure to listen to the vocals A-B so you can hear what each effect is doing. If you're definitely interested in upping your vocal game, definitely copy templates so that you can study and understand each and every step, especially when being able to apply your own voice to it. So with that being said, let's hop straight in the computer and make sure to smash like, subscribe. Let's get it. Alrighty, so now we're in the computer, so it is time to get some work done. Alright, so the first thing I want to tell you is definitely you know, as I said beforehand, to make these songs your own. You know, that's why I make these videos, to give you your own kind of power to, you know what I mean, enjoy making music. Alright, so that's basically what I want to show you. So we'll listen to this track right here that I have remixed. This is the Ransom remix, and yeah, these are all my vocals right here. We'll run through everything in this template so that you can have a better understanding. There will be a free VST version of the template, right, which you can check out, link in the description. And you know, definitely get it if you want to learn more about audio, you want to get real in depth and have your own version of this so that you can pretty much expand upon the ideas that I am going to give you. So with that being said, let's take a listen. Squad up.
I see two twin eyes, leaving one a band on. I got two thick thighs, wanna link the gang.
Backwood on the highway rolling, still pouring up drinks, slow motion. Still talking too much, my guy, are you dumb? Put him in the trunk, we gon' need a ransom. I got two cell phones, she don't know which one to call. Say she know me, I don't know her at all. Sleeping on me, well, you can just snore. Sleeping on me, well, you can just You think I'm Scarface, need a mansion, but I'm way too fly, think I'm Danny Phantom. Think I'm way too fly, think I'm Danny Phantom. Think I'm way too fly, like a fucking dragon. What you want, hop off in a ghost, I'll be a Phantom. I know I'm about to blow, you don't take the ass for ransom.
Alrighty, and there you go, sweet melody within FL Studio. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna be breaking down everything, man. As I said before, make music your own, you know what I mean? That's why these vocal effects are available. You know, I see a lot of people kind of cut, paste, and it doesn't give you room as the viewer and the learner to, you know, pretty much, I'm still a learner, definitely learning every day, but I learn through making these, you know what I mean? So hopefully I can give you that same energy, you know, and you can hear I kind of go more on like a Bryson Tiller, Party Next Door. You know, I've recorded my own Rain in the past, you know, like you do these things because you love it, you know what I mean? So first things first, we got our main vocal, we've got our beat, and we've got our double. All right, so our main vocal we'll first listen to, Now, as I said beforehand, I'm using a low-end microphone, so the vocals on their own don't really sound amazing, but you know, through trial and error and the vocal chain we have, which will run through, you can really up your game. All right, so I'm going to bypass the vocal chain right here, as you can see, and then we'll take a listen to the vocals, and we can hear the difference. It's a lot more bassy, it's a lot more soft. It's not really, you know, like Lil Tecca's vocal.
Backwood on the highway rolling, still pouring up, drank slow motion. Still talking too much, my guy, are you dumb? Put him in the trunk, we gon' need a ransom.
So it's a good attempt, all right? As I said before, really focus on how you adjust your microphone, you know, and you know, that way then when you start using your effects and all the tools you have at hand, you can really make use of them to the best of their ability. So we'll turn the chain back on.
Backwood on the highway rolling, still pouring up, drank slow motion. Still talking too much, my guy, are you dumb?
You know what I mean? It's just got that rasp, you know, that Tecca rasp right there. And that's what I really liked about his songs. His tape was good as well. So the first thing I will talk about is definitely the traditional aspect of recording. I'm using a Neve 1073 going into a URI compressor. All right, now obviously a lot of people don't have that, right? I've been blessed to be able to own this stuff, but the computer exists. All right, there is power and techniques to get these results. So the first thing I would do after auto-tune, you know, for those auto-tune hungry cats, those are the settings I'm using. You want to be able to emulate. Why we have things like the Neve 1073 is it has something called a transformer in it. All right, now Farai is taking time to learn a bit about it and emulate it. All right, so you can check this out in the description. Farai's digital preamp, it's called. My bad, I'm just seeing Neve preamp right there, but this is a preset I have, and you know, this is just a creation I've done. I've created a whole bunch of different things that essentially emulate what's going on with this Neve. All right, it's going to add a bit of warmth. You can use the Fruity Blood Overdrive, you can use the Fruity Fast Distortion, just to add a bit of character to your vocals before you do anything. Right now, as I said, I go into a compressor, but I don't compress a lot. Right, so a free alternative is using this leveling amplifier. I'm using a leveling amplifier as well, and you can emulate these settings right here. You would obviously have to adjust the gain and peak reduction, but peak reduction wise, you want to be aiming for just 1 dB to 2 dB of compression on the loud parts. I really want the compressor just to get a bit of tone out of it. You know, now those settings will be different every time, but for the most part, you will use the Dr. Pepper method, which is really just like 11 o'clock, if that's 11 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. You know, you want to kind of go there on the attack and release, and that's going to give a good sound. I'm using a 2:1 ratio, boom, so you can use a 2:1 ratio right there. Now, for those who really want to copy and get close to it, this is an emulation of the LA4. This is an LA4, and that's an LA4. They call it the VCL4. And as you can see, all I do is just kiss it to 1. It never really goes above this line right here, this 80 mark right here. So yeah. Another thing you can use is your waves, your UAD, leveling amplifier. You want to do the same. You just want to aim for 1 dB of compression. So yeah, next thing I did right here was just a bit of NS1, just to get rid of some of the noise. I don't really like just bits of noise popping in the vocal. So that is a really good noise gate. So once you've done that, and by the way, so for those who are new to the template, you add your microphone here quickly, boom, and then you can use what we call Control L to listen to all the different vocal chains. All right, that's the beauty of it. You know, we've got all these different vocals. I like to be able to record listening to those vocal chains so that I kind of know how loud to record, you know, where to record, and that kind of thing. You know, so when I do my doubles, I create the vocal chain and then I kind of tweak it, and once I'm happy with it, you know, I then jump on top of the main vocals so that I get that kind of cool balance going. So yeah. After this right here, man, you know, so as you can see, we've got the double that just goes straight to the vocals. The 2 background vocals go to the vocal channel. We'll talk about that in a different video. Definitely check out my vocal recording course, because I do run through that in depth. It's just very hard for me to talk about all of this in one video. So yeah, after main vocals, we go into the vocal chain. All right, now what I like to do first before mixing my vocals in a vocal chain is to use a tube emulation. Now I like to use the Fairchild UAD, which is a really nice tube sounding saturating plugin, and you know, you can kind of see all that beefcake going on. But as I said before, if you do not have the funds, or you're just not ready to invest in mixing, you know, you can check out this. You know, this is $5, you know what I mean? I've kind of made something that kind of emulates a tube console. It's got a bit of an EQ on it as well for the more beginner users. Check that out. But you could also use the Air Windows Channel 4, which is completely free. As I said, you can use the Fruity Blood Overdrive. So yeah, next thing, man, I actually added this last on the vocal chain, like after I'd done everything, because I realized that my vocals weren't as kind of raspy and poppy as Tecca's vocals, right? So if we go back to his vocals, I think right around there.
Wanna link the gang. Wanna link the gang.
You know, it's got like it's got a real rasp to it, right? Now that's where we get the rasps in this region right here, the mids, the high mids, and then the treble region. You want to kind of just kiss that EQ right there, just to kind of pop the vocal out a little bit. Now, obviously, if you haven't recorded your vocals well, adding these frequencies is not going to sound too good. It's just going to sound overly harsh. So adding, you know, tube saturation is going to help kind of smooth that out. So yeah, if I disable that, you can kind of hear how much lacking the vocals is, or how much less punchy it sounds, for lack of a better word.
Backwood on the highway rolling, still pouring up, drank slow motion.
It's cool, but it's kind of flat. It doesn't have that you know what I mean? So when we turn it on, kind of listen to rolling and how that rasp kind of pops out.
Backwood on the highway rolling, still pouring up, drank slow motion. Still talking too much, my guy, are you dumb? Put him in the trunk, we gon' need a ransom. I got,
you know, ransom popping out, you know what I mean? So definitely, if your vocals are recorded well, these EQs are gonna work well. So yeah, after that, what I do is some SSL EQ. Now, there's no excuse not to be using an SSL EQ. You can use the DD channel, which is completely free. All of these settings are emulating these ones. I'm gonna run through this one because you can actually see the settings we're using. This one you can't. So for lesson's sake, we will use this. What I always do by starting off my vocal change is starting with a high pass filter. So essentially, I'm high passing the vocals like that, and just around 115, you know. And then once I've done that, I will start dipping away some of the bass. You know, you can kind of hear in Tecca's vocals, there's barely any bass in the vocal, you know what I mean? It's kind of nice and bright and clean, and that's what we want to achieve in this video and with this vocal chain. So as you can see at 200 Hertz, I do a shelf EQ. Shelf EQ looks like this, and at 200 Hertz, I dip that, and then again at 200 Hertz, I dip 3 dB with a peak EQ at 200 Hertz again, and for some reason that just sounded good. It kind of got me closest to Tecca's vocal style. So yeah, again, what I did was just a little, really small dip at 1.3 kilohertz, just a little dip, you know, something like that. 1.3, you know, you get the idea. And then from there on out, I did a really high treble boost, so it's 6 right there, kind of like that, just to really pop the vocals out, you know. So again, DD channel will have those settings as well. So yeah, after that, man, we go into our compression. All right, so I'll play this for you quickly. Let's find a new section of the song, and then just look at how the compressor, right, when you see this yellow meter pop in, it's just kind of working with the vocal. It's not going crazy, it's working with the vocal, so just pay attention to that.
No, sleeping on me, well, you can just You think I'm Scarface, need a mansion, but I'm way too fly, think I'm Danny Phantom.
So almost think of your compressor just as like a soft, you know, kind of a barrier, you know what I mean? It's almost like a car on a racetrack. You know, when you're playing video games, you know, the barrier kind of keeps you from going off the track, you know what I mean? So that's really what you want to do with your vocal, is just contain it so that it doesn't pop out too much. But I use a nice late attack and a nice slow release so that it doesn't really sound like it's compressing, you know, because if I go too far, then it's really working on it, and that's more for your fast rap, that's more for your aggressive Lil Tracy sounding, you know, punk vocals. So we want to be more pop and smooth in this case. So you can use the Fruity compressor. It's got the exact same settings. It even has a vintage mode, which is an opto mode really, and that sounds good too, so it doesn't really matter to me. Next thing I did again was some leveling amplifier, and as you can see, Dr. Pepper mode, right? Attack on 3, release on 5. Obviously for the free VST version, you will find this right there with the same settings. It should sound pretty similar, but pay attention to the meter right here and just see how much I'm compressing.
No, sleeping on me, well, you can just You think I'm Scarface, need a mansion, but I'm way too fly, think I'm Danny Phantom. Think I'm way too fly, still pouring up, drank slow motion. Still talking too much.
So the reason why I played those two sections is towards the end of the verse, I'm a bit more quiet, right? So I want this compressor to act heavy when the vocals are louder, but not to really affect the vocals when it's not needed to, you know? So that's why you can see louder elements, it's hitting 3 at max. Soft elements, it's kind of sitting there on that 80 mark right there. So, you know, hopefully you get the idea now that with every stage of compression, right, from the recording stage up to this last compressor, all we're doing is kissing the compressor so that we kind of tuck the vocals in. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so next thing, man, are my 3 favorite FL plugins, all right? I don't care what new plugins come out, I'm using these 3 on the vocals, all right? So the first thing is Set Focus Style Fruity Delay, which is really just a delay very lightly in the background, which creates a stereo effect for the vocal, right? From there on out, I feed that bit of delay and the vocal into a reverb. These are the settings I'm using right here, just a really short reverb, just to kind of stereoize the vocals a little bit, and then I feed that into a flanges. Rest in peace, Seth Wilkins. You know, he would always add flanger to Future's vocals. So yeah, there you go, man. That's pretty much what I do, and that just adds this weird kind of thing going on with the vocal that I really like. You know, it just kind of takes the vocal from mono to like 4% stereo, if that makes sense. So yeah, man. Next thing on all of the vocals, I did a little bit of L1 limiter, boom. That's what I'm doing right there, just to make the vocals louder. You can use a fruity limiter, up to you. All right, so the doubles, right? Let us go to the doubles, and somewhere around like here, something was listening.
Just wanna call, say she know me, I don't know her at all. Sleeping on me.
You know what I mean? I like my doubles to kind of add, you know, I know Tecca's vocals don't really have the big crazy reverb. I added that with my source, right? Hopefully you find your way of doing things. You know, all I want to do is put the doubles in the pocket, right? Kind of sitting on the side, kind of on the background of the vocals, right? So if I solo them, you can kind of hear.
Wanna call, no her at all. You could just know.
So the reverb is coming from me sending it physically to the reverb send. Please check out my vocal recording course where I break down how my template is laid out if you want to learn how to send things and that kind of thing. I just can't cover that in this video. But essentially with the double, all I do is create a telephone effect, right? Really basic telephone effect. And soloed, it sounds a bit too boxy, right? It doesn't really sound like a telephone effect.
Wanna call.
You know, you can kind of hear a bit more of the lower bass in there, but in the context of the song, it sounds amazing, you know?
I wish wanna call, say she know.
You know, it's just in the background. So that's why that EQ is important. Again, I use a bit of a flank. It's just to create this kind of wet sound on the vocal itself. I don't want it to be dead center with the vocal. And then I use this reverb right here at the end to kind of create that Bryson Tiller style effect, which you can see over here, right?
Fly like a fucking dragon. What you want? Hop off in a I'm about to blow, you don't. Take the ass for ransom.
So there you go, that's what we do right there. Also, just for the sake of it, because I know everyone loves to always see me do maximum amount of stuff in my videos, I have these two background vocals right here, which are just kind of in the background. Let's just color those. Why would it say that? BGR, which stands for background left, background right. Okay, and the way I process these is I pan one hard left, right? I pan one hard left. Panning hard left means all the way 100% left, so it's only coming out of the left speaker, right in your headphones, and then one hard right opposite to that. And if you just want to hear them in the background,
Scarface need a mansion, but think I'm Scarface need a mansion, but I'm way too fly. Think I'm Danny Phantom.
right? So
think I'm Scarface need a mansion, but I'm way too fly. Think I'm Danny Phantom.
You know what I mean? It just adds this kind of added, you know, layer to the vocals, right? Real simple. All I'm doing is sending them to this channel right here and then just filtering them. Simple and sweet. Okay, so that's pretty much what I can really speak on, man. As I said before, please check out my recording course so that you can learn how to EQ your beat and gain stage your beat, because it is very important. You know, you don't want to be recording to a very loud track because you're always going to be trying to make your microphone amplifier really loud, and you're just going to lose focus of what's really important, right? Because as you can see, I don't record my vocals too loud. Okay, so
think I'm Scarface need a mansion, but I'm way too fly. Think I'm Danny Phantom. Think I'm way too fly. Think I'm Danny Phantom.
you know what I mean? I'm never really going higher than -18, and -18 is analog 0. So, you know, learn about that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can cover in this video, man. Lots of different effects. Maybe you guys want me to do a video, or I can even do a course, because in the courses I can actually set a day aside. You know, I've got normal work to really sit down and concentrate on, you know, for example, if I could do a course on advanced effects and tricks, you know, you can see that there's stutter effects going on.
Think I'm Scarface.
You know, it just takes too much time to go through. So, you know, hopefully you enjoyed the video, man. Make sure to smash like as well as to subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section if you have any questions. Template link in the description will work for FL Studio 12 and up. Free VST version available and all that jazz. I'll check out in the next video. Peace out.